Great seeing you here again. My name is Luc de Custer, founder of the Custer Academy, and in this video we talk about the PMBOK 7th edition, Tailoring Models, Methods and Artifacts. We'll look at models, methods and artifacts, and in these following videos we will be looking at the project management plans. And in this first video about the plans, I will talk about the requirements plan, the scope management plan, the schedule management plan, and the cost management plan. But before we continue, don't forget to click on the subscribe button, click on the bell button, and every time we have a new video, YouTube will inform you about it. So let's have a look at the first plan or the plans. What are the plans that we are using in project management? When we look at project management and we started with the planning, we are in the project management process and we're doing the planning step. Here, the project manager and the team create what we call the project management plan. And the project management plan contains more plans that we will describe in more detail in the following slides and videos. The plan itself, like I said, contains subplans. And those subplans are linked to what we call the different knowledge areas. And we talk about scope, schedule, cost, communication, quality, resources, risk, procurement, and finally stakeholders. Each of these knowledge areas contains important parts of the project management plan. Let's start from the scope and go through the different knowledge areas in the order like they were in fact defined in the PMBOK and in the other set of documents from the PMI. The first is the requirements management plan. The requirement management plan is a part of the scope management plan and it talks about the requirements. We find the rules on how to analyze the requirements, document them, and manage them over the lifespan of the project. Requirements are conditions or capabilities that are necessary to be present in the product, service or result to satisfy the business needs of the project. Following this, we have the scope management plan. The scope management plan itself is part of the scope knowledge area. It's another plan that is created during or as a part of the scope knowledge area. Once we know the requirements, we finish the requirements management plan, we will create the scope management plan. The scope management plan is in fact containing the description how the scope will be defined, developed, monitored, controlled, and validated. It sets the rules about everything that we're going to do with scope during the project. The scope of the project is, and I repeat it again, is the work that must be completed to realize the requirements and create the desired outcomes and value. The project will only realize the scope, nothing less, nothing more. So the scope is defined here. It says what will be completed during the project, and we only complete the things that are defined and part of the approved scope. Once we have the scope management plan finished, we go to the next knowledge area, which is about scheduling. We talk about the schedule management plan. And here what we are going to do in schedule management, we are going to define the activities. We have to identify their dependencies and create a schedule. How to deal with these activities is described in the schedule management plan. It contains the principles of how to define the different activities, the dependencies, and the scheduling method. We know we have different scheduling methods we can use, and here we will write down what type of scheduling method we will use. Typically, in the classical project management approaches, we use an activity on the node, schedule management method, and typically the precedence diagramming method. The plan also describes how to monitor and control the schedule during execution. Here we have principles about how to register earned value elements, earned value parameters that are calculated, and so on. The next plan, we go to the cost knowledge area. Here we have the cost management plan. And the cost management plan is, of course, also very important because we need to know how much the project will cost, and we have to create a budget. The cost management plan on itself describes the methods of cost estimating that will be used. What are the principles that we are going to use, what databases, what formulas, and so on. The plan also describes the way the cost will be planned, structured, and controlled. Now we have to link the artifacts to the different performance domain. We look at the plans which are part of the project management plan. We have the requirement management plan and the scope management plan, which are in fact linked to the planning and the delivery performance domains. Schedule management is linked to the planning, project work, and delivery performance domains. And the cost management plan is linked to the planning performance domain. So that was it for this video. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button, click on the bell button, and every time we have a new video, YouTube will inform you about it. Thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in our next videos. Bye bye.